All right, guys. Hey, what's up? Sorry about that YouTube thing. I try to do the YouTube thing, but man, that technology was kicking my butt. So, all right, we haven't done this for a while, so I appreciate you guys coming here and doing this live thing. We used to do a lot. It was the lunchtime slump. Basically, we're gonna keep it going. I'm in July. I'm gonna try to do a lot more live trading here. I'll put my video on too, so you guys can see me in the corner. I'm gonna try to do a lot more live trading. Just because something I enjoy to do. Basically, what we look at lunch is you guys are going to go into the chat group. You're going to put out tickers that you guys want me to cover. We're going to look at the chart, see what type of moves we got, maybe to make a move, later today or into next week. And if I see something I like, I'm going to take it live. Okay. We're not going to force trades, but if we see something that's like, ooh, I gotta have it, or we can make a move, we'll do it live here. But mainly this is, a good idea to look at charts and kind of get some training, get some training, see what's popping, see what's out there. So if you guys want to go ahead and chat group, just go ahead and put those tickers in there. I'm going to go ahead and mute everyone just so that we don't have any background noise. If you got a question, you can always come on the mic and ask me and everything like that. So we'll go ahead and just mute all. Let's go ahead. We'll go ahead and start with SPY. So basically, here we go. We're looking at SPY right here. I got my sub indicators. I got my main chart. You can tell I do SPY all the time because we're looking at it. But, we're interested in SPY because it's basically what gives us a good pulse of what's going on. And as you can see right here, and SPY is moving and shaking. We got this little gap up down here. And this is the 5 minute. So we're looking at the 5 minute right now. And we got a nice little push that we're having now. This level right here, we're having trouble getting past this level. And if we look at this historically, let's go ahead and go back into that 4-hour chart, because this is important stuff, guys. Right here, notice we already passed that level. So we made that new high. But what happened when we made that new high? We got that pullback. Okay, we got that wick. So that tells us that potentially at this level, while we pushed up, we got some buyer's exhaustion going on. All right. What we need to focus on is look at the RSI. 1, 2, we're starting to get that triple top on the RSI. This is telling us that, what, we're probably due for a little bit of a cool down, going on. We look back at the volume other than today, right? We look back to the previous volume. We kind of got a range of about right here. So volume, we've been pushing hard up, but the volume hasn't been dramatic like it was over here when we were pushing really hard, right? Over here, right? The volume wasn't really there. We got a nice little push today on some comments, but we also got some negative comments as well that are pointing towards, kind of some bearish tendencies and stuff. So while we did push up, we made that, new recent high. It's a good idea. We're probably looking for some cool down to the downside. Now, how we're going to trade it? Well, when we're trading, we look at the 5 minute. Now, you guys know, if you guys follow my alerts, I'm in puts right now, and I'm struggling to maintain, but we went out until next week. So, we got a little bit of life left to think, but it keeps us going up. But pay attention to this volume. Look at the volume. It is subsiding, right? It's coming down. All of this pressure. We're still overbought over here. We're looking like we're probably going to be coming down. So I would wager that sooner than later, we're going to come down, probably break these short moving averages. We got this 80, we got the 8 and the 20 right here, probably break these short moving averages to the downside, and we'll cool off. Specifically Friday, people are going to take some bread off the table, and going over the weekend into next week, we did have some extreme hawkish comments coming out with specific data that still point to stickiness with the inflation, stuff like that. So it's kind of mixed results. So I would look for the downside coming in. So we got our puts putting on the next week, struggling right now a little bit, but we feel good about this. I wouldn't take a call here at this point because it's already ran up. Calls would have been good here, right? Taking money here, a little bit of chop here, so you wouldn't really be making much here. Maybe take some calls here, but we're already up here kind of consolidating. We don't want to go into calls right now. We wait for the downplay. So we're in puts, but if you haven't gotten into a trade, wait until you see this negative candles start coming to the downside. Once you start breaking some of those shorter EMAs, go ahead and pull the trigger, see if a put will get you some money out of that, because I think that will probably subside at least to go retest this bottom level here. All right, we got one in here. Nike to cool down next week. Your support line was in the last night video. Yeah, let me look at Nike. So Nike, man, you could see Nike push, right? Let's look at it for overnight. So we had the right idea. right? Nike was here. We went in puts, right? We got the 107 puts. So, you know, we got to understand though, Nike is also a big ticker. Okay. So it's a Dow stock and it's going to move, you know, a little bit weirder than some others. But we're also suffering from a little bit of IV crush. Okay. So we come down, boom, stuck on earnings, coming down, you know, we're here, we're struggling, right? We couldn't pop back up. People were like, nope, not with the current situation. And now we're kind of downtrending. I still think that we get the continuation of the downtrend. And I wouldn't be surprised, you know, we went out a week on the Nike, which is fantastic. You know, gives us time, you know, get a little average down in, get a better price, which is great. And I think that will probably slide a little bit more once we get out of, you know, the overall kind of bullishness of today, and we'll slide. I mean, we're already breaking down into where we wicked out from earlier, right? Came down, we wicked out to the top. We're already coming back down to those levels, just taking it down. All we need is just a little bit more pressure and we'll get a nice little push, another leg down. This will give us our exit opportunity. Once we push and get for another leg to the downside, that'll give us our exit opportunity in the Nike puts that we have. All right, what's next? Who got something? I see 11 of you in here. I see 11 of you. Someone put a ticker in that chat group. Yo, I'm already sharing. All right, FDX. Let's look at it. FDX. All right. We're looking at the 5-minute. Got a nice little V-shaped recovery from the morning dump, right? You can see I was looking at this earlier. FDX, another Dow stock, okay, 250. That's our line, right? Kind of line of effort here. We're down underneath, but we're staying real tight on those moving averages. So you got your down, your V-shaped recover, and now we got some shallow consolidation coming. Let's push it out a little bit. Let's go into the 4-hour. Oh, you can see I've done this a lot. I got a lot of levels here. Hang on, let me clean this up a little bit. What's that? Is that fibs I got there? Why aren't they leaving? There we go. Anyways, all right. So we're consolidating on the 4-hour. You can see down here's our bottom. We're legging up. Here, consolidation, leg up, consolidation, leg up. Now we're starting to hit that resistance, right? We got that inverted hammer here and it's red looking, and we wicked out, but we came back, right? But now we're starting to get below those moving averages on a further out time frame. This is giving us time frame continuity, right? If we were to close below the short EMA on this time frame continuity, this gives us a good indication of losing steam because this is shallow price action here. This is tight. We're really tight right here. So if we fall below our moving averages, this gives us the good probability of a retest of lower levels, meaning it's not ready to break to the upside yet. It's not there yet, right? And so that's the high probability of success. We close below that moving average, boom, we're coming to the downside. We're below the moving average right now, as you can see right there. We close below that. We're looking for the continuation to the downside. Probably a good area would be around these areas here. This 237, you know, something like that. It's 248 right now where we're looking at. Is that the price? Yeah, 248, something like that. So we'd be looking at probably, you know, retesting, losing this moving average and coming down about to the bottom. We don't want to go all the way to the bottom. That might be too aggressive of thinking we actually get that low. We come a little bit up. Looking at that, so a decent little, you know, $5 to $10 move on that. So I'd be looking short, specifically if we close below that moving average for sure. All right, what we got? OSTK. I haven't looked at that for a long time. You coming with the killers right there. OSTK. William Hill. All right. Here we go. Let's look at that. All right, we're coming in the 4-hour. Have the gap up, right? Look at the chart. Chart looks good. You know, we had some broadening here. This is what you call broadening, right? When you're coming up, right? You got the green candle pushing to the upside. We're on the top of that green candle. Look like we're good for continuation. So if this stock, what is this, overstock.com? If this stock has a decent little, you know, run like it looks like right now, and as long as we stay above our moving averages and at the top of the candles, we probably can get a gap up going into next week, minus some crazy economic data or some sort of a big catalyst over the weekend. So this might be a good swing stock to go ahead and swing for the calls to the upside. The only part of that bothers me, the only part is this move here, because when you see these unnatural pushes like this, it gives you that too much too soon. But when you look at the price action, really, really wasn't that much of a move, right? 23 to 32. So we got about a $10 move, not that much. It gives me just a little bit of worry. So if we start to close below our previous day over here, if we stay above this, I would think bullish. If we start to close below our previous high, then I'm probably thinking we're cooling down and go retest some of these lower levels. So just keep that in mind as a trigger. But I do like it. Where we at? IWM. Here we go. IWM 4 hour push to the upside. This is a popular ETF that people like to trade. It's the Russell 2000 ETF. It's a very popular one. It kind of runs a little similar to some SPY. We got the push to the upside, but if you notice, look at this 4 hour charts showing us we're starting to turn green on or red on the 4 hour chart. That should be a little concerning, which means we're probably hitting that buyer's exhaustion. Okay. You get these pushes like this, and you start to get those longer frame candles that are pushing, one color or the other. That's giving us the indication that, sellers are trying to regain control of it. So need to look at that. Let's look on the 5 minute. As you can see on the 5 minute, it's starting to curve over, probably looking to the downside, starting to lose the moving averages. Yeah, this would be a good one to go ahead and go puts on. I think if you guys want a day trade opportunity, this would be a decent one to go ahead. I don't trade this very often, so I'm not going to take the trade, but I'd feel confident getting a little bit of pressure on this curve right here, losing the moving averages, probably go get a retest, get about $1, $2 move to the downside before we find some support. Be a decent one. Amazon 127 put. Amazon 127 put. Yeah, I'm still in it. I'm expecting some downside pressure coming here. We got this curve up here. I get the signal that we lost our steam. We got our cross, right? On our moving averages, and you start closing, we got a little bit of a push here, but we lost all this steam here, and now we're starting to look like we want to go below our 50 line or midline on our MACD. I like this for continuation to the downside. Let's go ahead and go out a little bit. Let's look on the 4 hour chart. Yeah, you can see right here, right? So it's ever since it popped up to this level, here's the pop, right? Cool down. Big wicks to the top, big wicks, buyer's exhaustion, right? We keep wicking to the top. So it keeps popping, right? But we wick to the top. So I think this may even start to form a doji with a real tight area of trading today. And I think that we lose this steam. You can see it's already done it before. Patterns tend to repeat itself. Gets to the top, pushes back, top. I think we come down next week and start to retest. And then all we really need, we just need it to come right here, right? We don't need it to come all the way to the 127. Where would that be? We don't need it to come all the way down here. But if it did came down here, look where it's aligned with. It's aligned kind of with the table where we've previously seen support form, right? We don't need it to come there. We just need it to come boop, right around where our moving average is crossed. And we just need to come to downside. So I still like this for a down play. Coming down, got an inside bar right now. If you guys looking for a day trade on this one, you could always, when you got the inside bar, specifically on a 4 hour chart, right? Got an inside bar, just put a trigger line right above price action, right below price action. If it triggers that line, go ahead and take the trade to the upside or downside. You'll usually get the follow through to at least the previous candlestick. So on this one, it'd be the follow through to here, 31.22. Or to follow through to 129 on the bottom. So be a good opportunity for a day trade on this, but we're already in puts. So we're just going to rock this out and see what happens. We've got, so Dylan, Sheba, Pam. All right, let's go and look at some of the stocks here. Got a few more minutes on this one. I was going to go until 12:45. Let's go ahead and look at a few other ones. Boeing. Let's look at Boeing. we like some Boeing, guys. Boeing is a fantastic stock to trade. It's a Dow stock, of course. We got this downtrending pressure here on Boeing, right? And it's popping up. We're kind of seeing a little consolidation pattern forming here, right? Where we're kind of getting in range. This 213 to the 210, right? 213 to 210. Looking like we got a little bit of downside pressure coming here, about to lose the moving averages. I wouldn't be opposed to taking a put here, riding this over the weekend. 213 to 210. Maybe taking a 210 put or something like that, looking for the continuation to the downside to retest these lower levels here before potentially finding support and pushing back up. We got a nice cup and handle forming, right? Here's the cup. Handle starting to form. Usually the handle tends to broaden out a little bit, so we might get a push back up here, and then the broadening would be the lower level. So I wouldn't mind taking a put on this one going over the weekend. It'd be a little risky, but I think it would pay off specifically if we stay at this level or below that EMA. That'd give us the good indication of going ahead and go short. Walmart, let's do it. All right. Walmart booming. All right. Walmart looks like it wants to retest these previous levels. Okay. I'd go ahead and put a line right there. Hang on. Why don't you give me a line? There we go. Horizontal line. Ooh, right there, right? 158.07. That's probably the level where we're going to go up, retest, and see if we can hold that or not. This right here, classic, just huge bullish push, right? We came down, kind of making the things little. The only thing with Walmart that gives me a little bit of the heebie-jeebies, if you will, right, is that we made a lower low and we did make a higher high, but we made a lower low. So that tells me we could be looking at some broadening. I'd like to see this push to up here to 158. I think that would be the prudent call to take, the one that would have the most probability. But just don't be surprised if this does reverse to go retest this bottom level, because this is kind of a significant move here, and it would not be uncommon to go ahead and cool down before the next leg up to go retest this previous move here. So just be cautious on that. But I would be bullish on this one, giving yourself some time, like 1 to 2 weeks, pushing out, specifically if you're in derivatives. Let's look at Meta. Meta, man, gotta love this chart from Meta. Now, Meta's a good day trading stock. You look at this chart, right? You're like, why would you ever go with puts with Meta? Because it's just like a continuous upstream. But Meta is one of those stocks that, it moves so beautifully that you can make money on both opportunities throughout the day. When we look at on a 5-minute chart, right, you can make this move here with calls, catch that wick at the top. Meta is famously for hitting the peaks, wicking hard, and then you can catch the dump. And then when you look at that, 288, 287, $1 move in Meta is a big deal. All right. So it's definitely interesting, and it'd be a good opportunity to, catch some things and take care of business. What's counting down? Someone have a countdown? I don't know. I just see something over here counting, and I'm like, what is that? Anyways, but Meta is a fantastic day trading opportunity. When we look at it on let's go out a little bit. Let's go out 30 minutes. See, when you look at 30 minutes, you can have tons of opportunity to make all this broadening in the 30-minute section is absolutely excellent for trading. Everything. Tesla, another one. Let's do Tesla. Tesla is another one that's fantastic for day trading opportunity because it moves so violently. Right now, we're building the shelf at the top. It's going to make a decision. It's going to make a move. People count out Tesla all the time, and for rightfully so, right? When Tesla fails, it fails big. And it hurts people's feelings big time. But we have two gaps. We got a gap below and a gap above. I think Tesla goes to fill the gap above first, which would be that 265, right? About there, 265, 266. And then we probably cool down and go fill this gap to the bottom, this 258, 257 over here. So I'd be looking for a more bullish push coming out of this consolidation range, just to clear that gap, you know, get a little $2 push. All right. And then we can come to the downside and go clear the gap to the bottom. Let's see, NVDA. Oh, we got one in here. That's your candle. Close your countdown. Oh, hey, okay. I get it. I've never, this must be a new update because I've never seen it before on Weeble, but appreciate you giving me that. That makes sense. You know, appreciate you that. Let's look at NVDA. All right, 30-minute NVDA pushing, got an upgrade, right? You saw the upgrade. It's pretty much the go-to AI play right now as some of the other ones. But we got this gap at the bottom. I'd be cautious with going long right now on NVDA. Just got two gaps, gap here, gap here. Probably the gap fill to the upside, and then we got to respect a cool down on this, and I'd be looking for the downside if we go fill this gap. I just NVDA is just one of those that, you know, how much more can it go? Well, who knows? But you know, people, it's an expensive stock. And when you look at it, how it trades, I mean, it's trading what forward, like 220 forward, you know, PE, right? That's insane. And I mean, rightfully so, because you look at from a, you know, a perspective, right? Yeah, AI, you know, the chips, it's the big thing, but just, you know, fundamentally, you know, there's a lot of room it can come down just on any type of news, any type of buzz. I mean, when you look at this, you see, you know, NVDA is not immune to these pressures. Look at this, 228 all the way down to, or excuse me, 428 all the way down to like 404. People that went long on this right here were like, yeah, NVDA to the moon. They just got absolutely destroyed. Boom, 427, bam, 402 in a short period of time. I mean, so the NVDA can make or break the bank for sure. Gap up top, gap at bottom, probably go fill the gap at the top. Then we'll come down to probably cool down, retest these levels, clear that gap at the bottom. All right. Snow. Let's do snow. Oh, hang on. I got to do snow. We've been got the TWR Snow Gang absolutely killing snow trades, guys. Look at us. We're in range. Rangy. Here's a trigger. Here's a trigger, right? Battle zone. Okay. Snow's another one. We love to play snow. We caught snow off of our swing trade, absolutely destroyed it. We had this run up, boom, made that money in the first part of the bell. Absolutely killer. This was a great opportunity for some downtrending pressure. I saw a lot of people talking puts when they saw this right here. Absolutely. Why not? You know, you had all the signals. Remember, 3 reasons why to push the buy, right? Well, you don't have your crosses here, but you got some downtrending pressure with your reds, right? You got 3 crows for sure. There's one reason, right? Your MACD gave you the cross to the downside, 2 reasons. RSI cross, SMI cross. I mean, there's multiple reasons. 3 reasons why to push the buy, take the put, boom. 1 reason why to exit. As soon as we crossed SMI, exit. RSI, exit here, boom, take it. Okay, absolutely. Looking like we're cooling down. Could be looking for a put right here on a snow. In fact, we can make a trade right now. Let me grab my phone. We'll make a trade. I'm gonna trade snow right now. So if you guys want to, you can take this trade with me. But looking at it, what we got? Snow. All right, we're going out July 7th. I'm looking at puts. I'm gonna take the 170 put. It's 105. Delta and theta ratio is about the same. So that's, I prefer the delta to be higher than the theta, but I'm gonna go ahead and take the trade right now. I'll just go with since this is a live trade in this thing, let's go ahead and go with 2 contracts. Nothing big. 170 put, 106, waiting to fill. All right, filled. All right, Good. Let me put that in the chat group so anyone wants to take it. All right. Live trade. Snow. 170 put 7 July at 106. See how this plays out. We'll go ahead and play that one out. And with that said, guys, hey, that's all I got for you. We got the live trade. I told you, we take a trade if we see it. Lucky for me, I found snow, the snowman Leroy, he'd appreciate that trade. So, all right, that's all I got for you. We'll start kicking this more off in July. I want to get more live trading. I like being with you guys on the live trade. I appreciate you guys coming in. Hopefully I can get that YouTube up and running because that would really be able to be an easier avenue for us to market the live trading stuff. So I'll catch you guys on the trading floor and let's go ahead and go get it. All right, Johnny Walker, appreciate you, William. See you guys.